If you watch it wasn't even recording it then. Oh man, that'd have been a disaster, wouldn't it? We'll have to start again. If you watch Circus Delay, there's no language in that. It's totally different language. You know what I mean? But your tracks in Welsh, I'll just repeat that, is absolutely brilliant. Love the vocals, the music is great, and it's just wonderful. Really like that. Well done, well done.
Much. Thank you.
Oh, we nearly had a disaster then. I'd have had to go all audio. But yeah, I've read a bit of stuff about you. One thing, you've obviously stage name is Annie Glass, but that's not your real name. What's the
No.
rationale behind that? Is it someone else called your name?
No, I just thought it might just be beneficial, just in case it all goes wrong, that I have another name to live my life.
Well, I used to go by the name of Dougie Stone because I could hide them, but everybody knows it now, so I can't get away with that, can I? Everyone knows my real name and they know me made up name. So, because I was quite intrigued because it said you perform in Welsh, Cornish, and English, celebrating your cultural roots.
Yes.
That's
Yeah, so
what.
my dad's Cornish. So when I was growing up, we spoke Cornish with my dad and Welsh with my mum. So it was like
Wow.
a bizarre mix. My parents spoke Cornish to each other. The siblings, me and my sister spoke Welsh to my mum. We spoke Cornish to my dad and then Welsh with each other. So it worked. I don't know. It was bonkers, but it worked.
Now, if you could pick three very difficult languages to get to speak, would be English, Welsh, and Cornish, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
They're
I'm
three.
not people who learn Welsh and Cornish. I'm like hands down
Well,
to them because
well,
I'd imagine it's really difficult. But obviously not for me because I just grew up speaking it. But I
it's
think it is quite difficult to learn.
it's brilliant. I mean, me and my wife are thinking about moving to Wales at some point in the next few years. So, but I'll have no. I can only just do English. So God knows what I'm going. Oh, because I didn't know this seriously. I had wacky t-shirts I used to wear for when I used to go networking. I put this one onto that and then realised you was Welsh. So no offence.
Oh God, no.
Seriously, I couldn't believe it. I was like, "Oh my god!"
Oh
And
my
then
God.
I've got some coasters on my desk, but you'll like this one,
Oh, I love that one.
yeah.
That's perfect.
But I've got
See,
that one as well.
a bit less, but we all come from
Do you know
somewhere,
what I mean?
don't
I
we?
just need
It's
the well.
fine.
I just need the Welsh dragon. See, what
That's
I was
it.
going to do at one time, and you correct me if I'm wrong, but when you go to Cornwall, sometimes you can be like they don't like blowing, is they? I was going to get Cornish stickers for the back of my car, Kerno and all that, so that people just think you're blending in. Go to Scotland, put the Scottish ones on, and Wales put the Welsh
That's it.
dragon on, and then you just
That's
sail
it.
through life, don't you?
Well, do you know what? That's probably quite a good tip, especially on country roads. As long as you're used to driving on country roads and country lanes, you'll be all right with your sticker.
Yeah, I am. I really am. I'm quite good on a country lane. I can tell you that for nothing, even in my camper. But it says it's because you've got quite a musical background with your phone, haven't you? Because it says your sister. I can't even read this. Is an acclaimed Cornish Welsh singer, and it says a thing. Ganunu. I can't even say that.
Her name?
I'm dyslexic, you see. So as soon as
Gwenno.
that
Gwenno.
there you go. Thank you for doing that. Anything that's not I've never seen before, I have trouble with. And it says your father is a noted Cornish poet and journalist.
Yes. Yep.
Wow, I tell you what,
Um, and
that's
my mum's she was an illustrator and a member of a socialist street choir. So they sang every Saturday and Tuesday in
wow.
Cardiff, and
That
they've done for 40 years.
that's
So
some you've got some talent in your family by the sounds of it. That's absolutely
we're
amazing, isn't it?
committed. We're
You know what I mean?
committed. That's for sure.
We've just got drunks in my family. That's about it, and we might sing a bit of karaoke. That's it. Oh, and it also says you got a PhD in economical and regional development from Cardiff University.
Yes. Yes. I did that. Do you know what? I like the making an album and completing a PhD is kind of the same kind of process. You need perseverance and enthusiasm and an eye on the finish line and a vague interest in the subject matter, and then you'll be all right.
I don't envy you because I did a master's degree and I really enjoyed it, but it was really bad. I didn't I'm not an alcoholic, but I didn't drink for 6 months because I couldn't do my dissertation because every time I went back to it, it was like oh. And then at the end of it, me tutor says, "We'd like you to do a PhD, Kurt. Would you fancy doing a PhD?" So I said, "I want to do it on dyslexia because that's what my other one was." She said, "No, we don't want you to do it on. We want you to do it on this." And then she showed me all the stuff we had to do. I went, So you want me to spend the next 5 years working on that, and that's not the subject I want to do? I says, nah, I think I'll leave it at that.
If that's dangerous, then that's when you don't want to do it.
No, I
Yeah.
thought
Has to be
this has
interesting.
been hard enough because I'm actually interested in it. So you're going to give me something else that I know a lot about, but it's not what floats me boat. So I'll go off and do something else instead.
That was a good choice, good life choice
So
there.
so so what made you do that? Is that your job in regional development? Plan? No.
Really, no. So because I lived away, I went to university in Liverpool, then lived in Brighton and London, making music. And then I moved home and I came home and I'd been away for about 10 years and realized lots of things had changed. And didn't understand who was making the decisions, who's knocking down these buildings, who's making these decisions in the
Oh,
council.
okay.
So I did a master's in urban and regional development just to kind of see how the process works, who makes these decisions, how you make these decisions, how you can influence those decisions. And then following on from that, I did a PhD on the same sort of subject. So I looked like how old industrial towns in Wales were changing and developing, out of industry.
So you're a double doctor, not just one doctor. You're a double doctor.
Um, well, one's fine.
I
One's fine.
know. I know. Most people don't even get one. You got two.
Well, I'm a master. Yeah, but we both got our masters of science, and then I've got my doctorate. Yeah, so one doctor, one master.
Right. Okay. I got you. I understand now. Wow. That's mad. I know we need to talk about the music, but that's what the interview's about. It's not just about the music. It's about getting to know the person, and I think it's vitally important we do that. Let's see if I've got any questions because I've got lots for you. But let's see if we've got any questions. Oh, Lele Records. Bob Dylan sings, and no one knows what he says. This is
Well, there
quite true.
you go.
This is quite true. No, I don't think you need the words. It's like I really like bangla music and stuff like that. I've not got a clue what they're singing, but the beat's there and everything else. So who cares? Who cares what they're talking about? It's not a thing, is it? It's not a problem. Oh, you was in a band as well, weren't you? At one point.
Yeah, I've been in a couple of bands. I was in a pop, like a 50s girl group called the Pipettes,
That's yeah.
um, and in a sort of post-punk band called the Lovely Wars.
Nice.
Oh,
Brilliant.
and a pop band called Genie Queen, an
Yeah,
R&B.
because I saw that. I think that was the one I saw, Genie Queen. I think that's a guy from OMD, man. Is that, didn't he? Or
Yeah, that's it.
wonderful. So you a full time musician, or do you do something else?
Yeah, more or less. I do some freelance in the sort of field of, urban and regional development. But yeah, mostly just music, trying to focus on getting the album out, promoting the album. So trying it, giving it a good old go.
Brilliant.
So I'm really proud of what I've made. So I want to, you know, get as many people to hear it as possible.
Yeah, and I'm sure we want you to as well. It's well worth listening to. So where do you live then? Whereabouts in the country do you live?
I'm in Cardiff in Wales.
So you still stayed in Cardiff. You've not got a very strong Welsh accent, have you?
No, not in my English accent, but I've like lived away for a bit, and I quite like accents. I just as a general rule. So sometimes I'll just pick up certain words, like actively pick up words that I like in different accents, and then just put them in. It probably sounds really annoying to people.
Oh, I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. And I think when you move about, my wife moved about a bit, and you can't tell. I could never tell where she's from when I first met her, because she's ended up with a blended accent to fit
Mm.
in. So to fit in, you change
Could
your
be that,
accent to fit
yeah,
in. So
yeah.
there's a bit of that. That's interesting. I'm going back to your parents now. So you got a Cornish dad and a Welsh mum. So where did they meet? You know?
Where did they meet?
Yeah.
University.
Oh,
Studying languages, yeah.
Jesus, you got all brain boxes there. So what were they doing at university? But were they doing PhDs as well?
They did Celtic language studies, so they did like Welsh, Cornish, I think
Oh,
Irish as well. So they
ah,
love languages.
that's where the link comes together. That makes absolute sense. Wonderful, brilliant. Let's see if we've got any questions. I've got some more on here. Can't type and cook at the same time. Oh, hang on, what's he saying? Uh, have you met James Dean Bradford, and would you like to? What's that gone about? I don't know.
James Dean Bradfield, like Manic Street
Oh
Preachers.
yeah, yeah.
Um, I have a couple of times. He walks the dog in a park near my house, so I've seen him there a couple of times.
Oh yeah, because he said Bradfields. He's put that on as well. Yeah. So yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, it's really nice. Eh? Well,
Oh,
of course, who wouldn't? Yeah, absolutely.
Manta
Nice.
seems to know about it. So what have you got planned for this year? What music got released? We've played your track because you've not released it yet. Thanks very much for letting us play it because it was wonderful. So what you've got that release? What else have you got going on?
Well, the album's out on the 26th of September, so really excited about that. And I've got a vinyl for the first time. I know it sounds like if you're a musician, it's like quite a big deal because it's really
Yeah,
exciting. So
I
I've
agree.
got
I agree. I agree. I think
yeah, It's a big investment, if you're like, especially if you're an independent artist, but you know, I love them. So I want to, even if it's just for me, I just really want to have
No,
a vinyl. So,
I think if you can
um,
afford it, I think every artist or band should do it because I've said it before. In years to come, and you've got that in a frame on the wall, you can say, "That's my album up there. I did that." Do
that's
you know what I mean?
like,
So I think
it,
because the digital stuff and the video stuff, it's gone, is it? It could get lost, or something could happen to Spotify tomorrow and Apple Music, and where's my music? So I
yeah.
think having a physical reminder, I think it's worth doing. If you can afford, people can afford it. I think you should do it because I think it's important. Really do.
Yeah, and
It's an art
especially in
form.
shows and stuff, because people like to, if they've enjoyed the shows, when you go to shows, if you've enjoyed it, you want to support the artists, you want to
Yeah,
buy their merch, buy the copies of the vinyl and CDs. So even in that context, it's worth it for an artist. If yeah, like you said, if you can afford to do it, and it is expensive,
yeah.
definitely an investment, but worth doing. So yeah, so I've got that coming out on the 26th of September, and then I've got like a tour this year. So a small tour. So I'm in Cardiff, London, Carmarthen, Aberystwyth, where my parents met, Wrexham, and Swansea.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Well, the Welsh came out there with the Aberystwyth.
Yeah, Aberystwyth, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I love that. Great, brilliant. Right. So what's your aim? What's your aim? Where would you like to get to? Because obviously you've got. I did joke before that you won an accolade in Wales that no one else has heard of out of Wales. I got a lot of abuse for it, but I was just joking. So you've actually got a music award. What's your dream? What would be your dream with your music career?
Do you know what? To be able to sustain yourself and play, consistently play shows, starting to play bigger venues, playing more outside of Wales and outside of the UK, just work consistently, and being able to record an album, start recording within the next year or so because I'm able to sustain it financially. So I think every artist would like that. So
Yeah.
that's kind of where I'm hoping to head, or somewhere near there anyway.
Yeah, because it's difficult spinning the plates in it. You're obviously working and doing the freelancing, and then you've got to practice, you've got to put your stuff together, you've got to go promote yourself, whatever you've got to do, and it can be a bit of a strain to give focus to either one, can't it? You can get pulled from pillar to post. So,
That's it. And I think especially, and I've got a little baby as well, so that pulls it in another direction as well.
oh, bless you.
And she's fantastic. But she's fantastic. But like you said, but like when you're on a sort of album cycle, then you're just focused on releasing it and touring.
Yeah,
It's less. I haven't got the capacity to be creative. I don't. I digest things and like collect ideas, and like I read and listen to music, but I don't really write anything. Um, and then once like a sort of a campaign is over, an album campaign, I'll start collating those ideas and put them in order and trying to sort of understand if I've got anything there and just start working on another album.
excellent. Well, you'll use because of what you've done in university, Marv, you'll have very illogical mind. So I presume you'll do everything in a very logical. And there's nothing wrong in that. Some people are very creative, and go all over the place, but I think you'll be very, very structured in what you do because that's
Yeah,
probably
it
how your mind
definitely
works.
helps. Yeah, definitely help with organising.
So what's your daughter called? Have you given her a Welsh name or a Cornish
Yeah.
name or an English name? What have you given her? What have you called her?
It's a Welsh and a Cornish name. I don't know if you can hear her. That was her then. Her name's Melin, which means yellow. So it's not. I don't know of anyone else with that name. So
Oh,
because it's my favorite color and it's like sunshine and happiness. And she's like, apart from right now, she's usually very happy.
well, don't worry. The first 18 years are the worst, I think.
I'm only 18 months in, so I've got all of that to look forward to.
No, I normally say to people that the first 2 years are the worst because this is an absolute nightmare. Until once they can start looking after themselves, feed themselves a little bit, and drink and all the rest of it, then it's a bit easier, I think. But then they start wandering around and causing absolute havoc.
And climbing stuff.
Yeah,
But
pulling
no,
things off.
she's fab.
You then realise that all your coffee cups that you normally have on a little shelf have got to go higher and higher and higher, otherwise they're all over the floor.
Yeah.
Manta Ray says, what venue are you playing in Cardiff?
I'm playing at the Canopy in Riverside. So I'm from Riverside, so I kind of feel like I've gone full circle. So yeah, it's a really lovely venue in the Sustainable Studios. They have like spaces for artists to work as well, and a
Mm,
lovely venue downstairs.
Excellent. So when's that? When did you say that was?
That is on the 26th, so on the release day.
Oh,
So
on the release
26th.
date. Sorry, I missed that. I'm trying to work so many things. I sometimes miss the odd comment. Oh, good. So that makes sense. Oh, here we go. Kev B. He does a section on the show. Says, "Do you play any musical instruments?"
And so, yeah, live I will play the synth and the bass, but I have a cellist with me as well. For this tour, I will have a cellist with me. I've learned the cello, and I'm not very good, so I won't be playing it live anytime soon. But I've learned the cello, and the cello's on the new album, and so that's why I've got the cellist with me as well.
Wow, awesome. So, do you normally do stuff on your own, or do you support other artists, or do you have people with you when you're doing stuff? So, on your album release, will you do that all on your own, or will you have other people there?
Yeah, so in terms of on the stage, so yeah, it's just me and the cellist. So yeah, I use all the sequences and the synths and stuff, and yeah, and she'll play the cello, and it's difficult sometimes because the first few gigs I played with her, because I love the cello so much, I have to really concentrate because I just my instinct is to just listen to her play, and just, it's so
Oh,
lovely, and I feel like no focus because I'll start forgetting.
I should
So
I should be singing it. Oh,
I know. Honestly, so I have to make sure that I rehearse with her because she's like concert,
really?
standards. She's amazing. So like she can just turn up to a venue and they'll give us some sheet music and she'll just play it. So she's that good. She doesn't need to practice, but I need to practice with her.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
I get,
I can't focus.
I get that. You get that sometimes. I get that sometimes on the show, and I'm listening to the song, and I think, "Oh, hang on a minute, I'm supposed to be talking about this in a minute." And
But that's what it's all about because you're enjoying yourself, aren't you? So I think that's good as well because then I hopefully that resonates with the audience and they can see that.
yeah, they will. But what I also meant was, is there anyone else on the gig the night, or is it just your stuff, or is it?
Oh, so yeah, I've got different supports. Yeah, on I haven't announced the Cardiff one yet because I'm still fingers crossed
Right.
they can do it. But yeah, London, I'll get all. Why don't we talk about something else while I just get all my supports up and
All right, so just
try
get the
to get them in
support
the
up.
right venue?
Anyway, people, go and check her out because they're absolutely brilliant. If you didn't hear if you've only just joined us, you didn't hear the track before, or you're watching this on YouTube, I'll try and drop it in the comments. Go and check it out. She sings it in Welsh. The vocals are absolutely beautiful, and like I said earlier on, I didn't understand a single word about of a aquarium, and that was it. So yeah, Kev B's going. See you later,
Oh,
Kev. Well, that's where we're up to anyway.
fantastic. So yeah, so in my London show, I'm really looking forward to it. So it's in the Social in London, just off Oxford Street.
Yeah.
And I've got Shoko Yoshida supporting, and her band, I supported her band in Liverpool a few years ago. I think it's 2022, and it's not often like that you sort of click with another band. 'Cause you can play with lots of bands and you think they're good, but you just don't cross paths again for some reason their music resonated with me, and I started following the band and then some of the artists separately, and I saw that she was quite active as a solo artist, so I was like, oh, that'd be amazing if she could play with me. So yeah, she agreed to play with me, so I'm really excited. I can't wait to see her play live. And then in Carmarthen I've got Osgled. She's quite a new artist and she's really really good. I think you'd really like her. And she's really ethereal, beautiful voice. And I haven't seen her play live yet, so I'm really excited about that. And
Oh,
also,
nice.
I've got Yellow Belly as well, who's also beautiful voice, lovely atmospheric music. So really, really lucky to have those two play with me. Then in Aberystwyth, I've got Tai Have Hebdrigolyn, which means summer homes without residents.
Oh, yeah,
And they
okay. Yeah, lots of them in Wales, but
Yeah, we are plagued by empty
we
homes.
know, we know. Sorry.
But they're really good. Really excited to see them play. They've been really active, past year or so. So just really excited to see them. And then in Swansea, I've got Ostled again. Really lucky again, and Movement 81, who I haven't heard much about, but they're quite electronic and upbeat and exciting. So it's just going to be great. You know, just really a great experience because you get to hear music, new music for you, and have the experience of live music.
Yeah.
Because when you're really head down writing stuff, you're like, I don't get out to as many shows as I'd like to. So this is my socializing time. This is my time to take in new music.
No,
So
I was just listening to you then, and how you waxing lyrical about all the artists, and I thought, actually, she's put a fantastic set together that she can enjoy, rather than just get them in and get them in. It sounds like you've really selected them and gone, this would be a brilliant night. I'm going to enjoy this, and then guess what? I get to sing as well. So
Well,
that's
that's
fantastic.
it.
How you couldn't get any better than that, could you? Doing something you love and then be having other people there that you're going to enjoy. I mean, that is absolutely fantastic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's worth doing it for that, isn't it? Oh.
I think so as well. And like just from my experiences of playing with other artists, when when the headlining act even has a vague interest in what you're doing, it really helps. It really helps your confidence as a new
Mm.
artist.
Yeah.
Um, and in that sense, it really helps that you have support whose music you really enjoy as well. So that just it really does make a difference. You want to be involved in every aspect of the work. Because I have been so far, then why wouldn't I, be active,
Yeah.
proactive in
I,
selecting the artists? So it's just in that sense, I'm just really excited for them as well because there are a lot of them at the start or earlier in their journeys, perhaps musical
brilliant.
journeys, and it's just really exciting.
Brilliant. And I'll get you because we've done a couple of events here outside the cabin. We didn't do it this year because it's just too much for me. Um, but we book bands that Janice does the show that we like. We could only have like 6 or 7 bands on, and it's although it's a lot of work doing it. Like, oh God, they're playing in the back of the back garden, and that is fun. So I get it. I can empathise with you, even though we don't play. Let's see if we've got any. What have we got here? What have we got? Hang on, featured video. Oh, here we go. I saw this before and I thought, should I ask it? I'm going to ask it. If you could only perform one Annie Glass song for the rest of your life, which would it be and why?
Um, well, from the ones that people have heard, probably Mirores. It's I love singing it, although I have to stop writing songs so high because I have to be really warmed up to hit the notes.
Yeah,
But it's it pulls people together. It's dance moves, it's upbeat, and I'd rather sing an upbeat song forever than a miserable song. So
yeah, brilliant. And we've talked a lot about the language, and this came up before, and I want to ask you anyway. So, which language do you most love singing in? Welsh, Cornish, or English, and which one? Why?
do you know what? It just depends on the song because, like, on the album, it's a mix of Welsh, Cornish, and English. There's like just two and a half English songs. There's one Cornish and the rest are Welsh. But to be honest with you, it's just whatever comes out. So the lyrics need to match the mood of the
Yeah,
song. If it's English or Welsh or Cornish, I don't really care as long as it's honest, and that's what everyone really wants to be, isn't it? You just want to be honest, and because otherwise it's transparent. It's like you can sense the falseness in it. So
yeah. I was going to say that because if you think about the cadence sometimes of a track or the lyrics, they don't always work. And if you listen to a track that might be in, I don't know, say Japanese or what, an Indian, and then someone converts it and sings it in English, it doesn't sort of make sense. Like, hang on, that's sounding beautiful when you sing it in Hindu, but what's that all about? So
well,
so you're right that a track and the lyrics could potentially match those different languages, which I'd never even thought about before, and I think that's a fantastic way of doing it.
but you know what? I also really, really enjoy writing the translations because they're not like literal translations. Like I don't do it quite enough, but I try to write it where you technically could sing it in the other language, but you don't want to. I don't want to translate it like word for word. I want to translate the sentiment rather
Yes,
than
yes,
because otherwise, if you still want to make it like poetry, but just a translated version, and no one else could translate it other than me because I wouldn't want anyone else to take any sort of creative liberties and just start. Yeah. But I really do enjoy that process. I can send the translations if you don't have them. Um, but
No,
yeah,
I'd rather not have the translation and just listen to the track because I think it might ruin it for me, and I can
yeah,
just listen to it, and it's absolutely wonderful. Thanks for that. Janice might want them because she's really into her words. Janice has asked. I wasn't being rude, by the way. Then I'd just rather listen to the track and however
no,
you've done it. It's
of
absolutely
course.
fantastic. Janice says, "Who are your musical influences?"
Well, do you know what? Like for a good few years and before the first album I wrote, like I'm still really drawn to like late 70s, early 80s New York. Like I'd like to think that I would have been in that sort of avant-garde scene. I probably would have been outside looking in. But, like Philip Glass, which is where I got the name for Annie Glass. Philip
Ah,
Glass, Arthur Russell, of course, Laurie Anderson, Steve Reich, that sort of scene, that sort of experimental art scene. I would have loved to have been there. So like New York in the early 80s.
Nice. And yeah, before it is like it is now, because it's a nightmare, isn't it? Fantastic. Absolutely wonderful. Wonderful. I don't think we've got anything else on that. Is there anything I've not asked you you wanted to talk about or get out there or discuss?
Don't know, because we discussed that sort of linguistic aspect.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I'm doing as well for my live shows is I'm adding some BSL and some live captioning or lyrics and translations behind me for deaf audiences because my baby's deaf.
Ah.
But she's learning,
Oh.
but she's fine. She's learning to hear. She's got cochlear implants, but it's just made me want to present my work differently because I felt like I don't feel comfortable in not changing any aspect of how I present my music.
Yeah,
My baby can't hear it.
I think you should have, and there's a lot of it in there. Even some comedians have them doing the sang language, don't they? And I think it's good. I think it's good. And people probably go, well, why are you doing that? If deaf people, but deaf people can enjoy music because they feel the beat, the rhythm, don't they? And they feel the stuff coming through, so they still appreciate the music, even though they don't hear it the same way. They're still getting it. But well, fair play for you to doing that, and loads of other people are going to benefit from it as well, aren't they?
Yeah, that's what I think, and just make it as accessible as you can. And it's true to me because it's part of our experience now at home, learning BSL with her. And
Wow.
the other thing I think as well, I don't know how you hear, you don't know how I hear. We also don't know how much of what we hear is related to, like you say, like vibrations.
Yeah.
Because we can hear, we probably don't pay attention to the other aspects, whereas a deaf person would be far more aware of how their body is feeling, the beats, like you say, and
Yeah.
bass lines. So that's really exciting in itself. It's just a new world that is open to new worlds
Wow.
that
And
has always been there, and I didn't know about it.
and
So
that's another difficult thing, and yeah, and because that language is doesn't matter where you're from, does it? There's not Welsh, English, and all this. But I don't know if is there any regional type of words when they're doing it with the fingers that are different.
yeah. So we did an online course with the National Deaf Children's Society, and they split us into Wales, England, Scotland, Wales, England, Scotland, and Northern Ireland as well, because there are regional sort of accents in the way BSL is used.
Wow, I just
Yeah.
like I say, bad enough we'd try to learn English without trying to learn that. But hats off to anyone that can learn that because it's brilliant.
It is hard though because you're not used to using your hands. Well, you do, like you express yourself, but you don't think about it. Whereas it's been difficult coordination wise to use your hands, but exciting.
Yeah, Manta Ray have said on the subject of vibrations. He said, "I used to tune my guitar by holding my teeth against the guitar and using the vibrations to tune it."
Wow.
I know.
Gosh, well, that's impressive.
That's
Well done.
that's absolutely amazing. Wonderful. Do you know what? It's been an absolute pleasure chatting to you, and I think you're wonderful. And good luck with your daughter. And hope she get well. Even if she's deaf, it doesn't matter, does it? Because she's going to be able to communicate, and that's all that matters in the world. And good luck with you.
And she's happy, so
Yeah,
that's
that's all that matters.
great.
She's happy. If that's all she knows, that's all she knows. But if she does get some benefit from the implants, even
Yeah.
better. And there's lots of developments going on in the world, and who knows in the future whether that can all be reversed anyway. So, but before you go, can you do us an artist trot because we like them? So can you say this is Annie Glass and you're listening to Dougie Stone Radio, and we'll get it on the deck here.
Hi, this is Annie Glass, and you're listening to Dougie Stone Radio.
Brilliant. And where can people find you? What's the best place? Which social media do you normally hang out on? Is it Instagram, YouTube, or
Mostly
Facebook?
Instagram, yeah, Instagram and Facebook. My Instagram is Annie_Glass. Same on Twitter, Blue Sky, and Threads, but I'm on Instagram mostly.
Yeah, I think a lot of artists are on Instagram now. We used to find a lot on X, but it seems a lot on Instagram now, so I've started following more on there. But it's been a pleasure to chat to you. I think you're a very talented person, and look forward to seeing what you're doing in the future.
Thank you so much. Thanks for the support. It's really appreciated.
Always, and we always say it's not a one-hit show. If you want to come back or you've got anything going on, you've got Janice's number, contact her, or any little videos from any of your gigs, anything like that, we can play them on the show because we like to put that content out if we can get it. Do you know what I mean? So, if your next gig and you get a bit excited with who's playing, take a video, give it to Janice, and we'll pop it on, and we'll chat about you.
Fab. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, very welcome.
Bye.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. All right, I'll try and get my screen back up. That's wonderful. See you again. Right, go and check her out. What do you think of that, people? very talented. Love the vocals. Very different. Very impressive lady with everything that she's got going on. PhD. She's learning sign language because her daughter's deaf, and all the other stuff she does. It's absolutely insane. So much talent. Great. Let's get on with the show.